everybody. Welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. How's everybody doing on this fine, beautiful Sunday? At least it's beautiful here in Calgary. If you're out there, give me a shout out. I'll give you a shout out if I can. So, first time joining us, this is what we do every Sunday at 4 p.m. Right here. And what it is we do a story time. And all our books are from what I like to call the Rainbow Collection, but they're much bigger than just the rainbow. They're all about acceptance and life and family and love and tolerance. And I don't like that word, it's tolerance. Hey, Corey, Chi-Chi. Oh, I miss you so much, baby. Can't wait to see you. Again, I will see you soon. I know that for sure. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? We got Chi-Chi saying hi, baby. Mwah. And we've got my bro Baron tuning in. Thank you very much. All right. Oops, I double clicked that. So let's hop right into our first story of the day. Nice, easy story, and it is called "Life" by Cynthia Rylant and Brandon. Let's just see, Brendan Wenzel. Hopefully I pronounced that somewhat close. All right. There is so much to love about life. Look at that. Such a beautiful sky. Who doesn't love a beautiful sky? I love the sky. Life. Look at that. Life begins small. Really small. Really tiny small. Even for elephants. Then it grows. Look how tiny that one elephant is in the picture compared to the rest of them up there. Woo! Just tiny. Beneath the sun and the moon, life is everywhere, that's for sure. Life grows. Ask any animal on earth, what do you love about life? How about you guys? What do you guys love about life? The hawk will say the sky. The camel will say sand. The snake will say grass. Can you guys all say that? Grass. The turtle may remain quiet. It has seen much in its 100 years. But the turtle loves life. How could it not, with so much rain on its back? Yes, the turtles like the water, don't they? No matter how it comes. Life is not always easy. Like right now during this pandemic. There's lots of things that we've got to do to stay healthy and sane during a pandemic. There will probably be a stretch of wilderness now and then. Occasionally, it's going to be bumps in the road. Might have to cut your own path sometimes. Those are good things. But wilderness eventually ends. It does. And there is always a new road to take. Just like I was saying. But sometimes you got to make your own road. And that's okay. Remember this. In every corner of the world, there is something to love. And something to protect. And if one day it seems that nothing beautiful will ever come your way, trust the rabbit in the field and the deer who crosses your path. Trust the wolf and the wild geese who find their way back home. All these know something about life, that everything is changing. And change is good. Scary, but good. And it is worth waking up in the morning to see what might happen. I agree. It's one of my favorite things about when my feet hit the ground is, what does today going to bring for me? What does today? What is today going to bring for me? Because life begins small and grows. Yeah, it does. The end. That's a story about life. Now let's see what I missed. I saw some comments popping up out of the corner of my eye while I was reading. One thing when you're doing your own show, you kind of have to, I'm not too good at doing two things at a time. So where we go? Here we go. Why, thank you, Jordan. Thank you very much. Let's see what we got here. Got Cage and Scarlett and Alina. Hi, Cage. Hi, Scarlett. Hi, Alina. How you guys doing today? Yay. Let's see what Baron had to say. I love most about life. Oh, I agree. Love is great. That is a great thing about life. Let's see what Jordan had to say. I love, okay, I think you meant I love love and warm weather the most about life, right? I agree. What do we got here? Hi, Sue. How you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Sunday at 4, every Sunday, right here, my friend. All right. I think we can move on to our next book now. What do you guys think? Shall we move on to our next story for today? This one, as you can see on here, there's a friend of mine on watching with us named Baron, and this book was given to me by Baron. And it's called You Matter by Christian Robson. I think this was you, Baron. I've got so many books, and if you feel like you want to send me a book, feel free, slide into my DMs. I'll let you know, or send me an email, or if you have a book you want me to read, you can send that my way. All right, here we go. For anyone who isn't sure if they matter, you do. Yeah, you do. You matter. The small stuff, too small to see. Look through the microscope to see the small stuff. Those who swim with the tide and those who don't. I'm against the tide most of the time, and I like it that way. The first to go and the last. You matter. Yeah, you do. First and last and everything in between. When everyone thinks you're a pest, they all have important places, as pesky as mosquitoes are. When something is just out of reach, because you might have short little arms, or in my case, just be short all around, right? It's okay. When everyone is too busy to help, you matter. If you fall down, like this comet coming down to Earth, if you have to start all over again, which happens, sometimes starting over is the best method to get to what you want to do, right? Even if you're real gassy, you matter. I know that one. I live with some animals who are quite gassy, and you know what? I don't love them any less. Sometimes home is far away, like on the space station, or in another country. Sometimes someone you love says goodbye. It happens. Sometimes you feel lost and alone. But I promise you, you matter. Yeah, you do. Old, like me, and young, like you. The first to go and the last. and everything in between. The small stuff, too small to see. You matter. Yeah, you do. The end. Oh, such a great book. Everybody matters. I agree. Also, you matter. Oh, thank you, Shane. Shane. I read my name there. That's why I said it out loud. See, I'm old. Get, the mind's going. Thank you, Carla. Let's see here. So, yes, you love story time and Slurpees. Those are great things in life. I love those things too. Although it's cold down here, I don't know if I could drink a Slurpee right now, but that's okay. What else we got here? What's this say? Also, you matter, Shane. I thank you again. And Sam, good book. Thank you. And what do we got here? Yay, the small stuff matters. It does. Everything matters. Small, big, everything in between. Yes. So, unfortunately, that brings us back down to our last book. And it's our last book because it's a little longer than I normally read. It's not long, but it's a little longer. So I figure 2 books, it equates to that. But it's a new one I got, and I'm very excited to get it. And to read this one. And it's the first time I've read it, even to myself. So I haven't even looked at this one completely yet. I just saw how long it was, and I thought, got to make time for that. So what do we got here? Carla, Stephanie says she loves your hat and specs. Thank you. Thank you. Stoned the hat myself. I have quite the hat collection, just so you know. And then Cage says, family matters. You know what? Family does. Family is huge. And whether that's blood related or chosen family or whoever you choose to call family, whatever that looks like, they do matter. I agree. Very much so. Have you told your family lately that they matter? If not, do it now. I have 3 books for you. Thank you, Sam. Okay, we'll have to either figure that out or go from there. And what's this say? Hi, it's Alina. Anime matters to me. You like anime. Lots of people love anime. I unfortunately don't know much about it. I think it's great. I've watched what I've seen. What I've seen has been great, but I don't know much about it. So yeah, anime is definitely, lots of people love anime. Cosplay, yes. All right, so the new book I'm going to read was donated to me by Queen Vanderpump herself, and it is called Different is Good. I'm excited about this. I might have to turn off, let's see. Tape might be all right on the pages. I might have to turn off the ring light. Yeah, it's not too bad there. All right. All right, here we go. Clear the old man throat. Let's get into it. Different is Good by Abida, Emaan, and Rebecca Jackson and Phelan Good. All right, here we go. Better take these off. Oh, what's that? Do I have a red eye? I do. 1 red and 1 black. Ooh, here we go. Summertime came once every year, like Christmas and Halloween. Ashura loved summer season best of all because the world turned golden. Outside was warm, and indoors seemed even warmer. The days were long, and the nights blinked by. The trees along the street were bright and green again, and the flowers in the front yard bloomed in the prettiest of colors. School was out, and the days belonged to him. I love summer best, he said. There's nothing I can't do. I feel like that in the summertime, too. There's just nothing. There's no stopping me. Not one family on the whole street looked like Ashura's. His old neighbor, Miss Miller's skin was the color of ivory and spread like ripples over her hands and face. I'm not far from that. The twins across the road, Maggie and Paul, were like peaches. As they rode their bikes down the road, they huffed and puffed, and their faces would glow glossy or rosy red. Nobody at school gave them nicknames or pointed or whispered. Ashura wondered, what makes me so strange, so unwelcome? Ashura was not alone at home. His family lived there too. There was Mama, Baba, his older sister Samira, and his baby brother Milo. Few are lucky, Ashura thought, to have a family as wonderful as mine. But Ashura knew his family was different. Their skin color, their hair, their words that danced off their tongues were unlike anyone else on the street. Ashura and his family were different from each other, too. So if we look on here, we see all other families here. There's the peaches. They got the peachy colored faces. And then there's the ivory lady right there. Come over here, and here's Ashura's family. And they're all so pretty colors of brown. Looks like, eh? Yeah. Ashura was born with skin darker than the night sky. His mother always said, there are stars burning bright within you. Oh, I like that. His sister was warm as twilight, like with eyes like coal. Milo was even fairer, like a little fawn. Baba seemed greater than the mighty sun and the fiery gold color of dawn, and Mama like the reddish copper of a lucky coin. Wow, I like their descriptives of all these colors. It's beautiful. One night at dinner time, Ashura's mother said, why don't you go play in the park tomorrow? It will be a beautiful day, and there are swings and slides. All of your friends will be there, I'm sure. Ashura's belly twisted and jumped. His heart beat faster, and his skin felt shivery and cold. He did not want to go to the park, and he had no friends to play with. But he could not tell his mother that. Ashura smiled. Okay, Mama, I'll go to the park. Later that night, all tucked up in bed, Ashura tossed and turned. He thought of the kids from school. They'd be at the park tomorrow, too. They weren't like what Mama thought they were, all friendly and kind. Sometimes they were mean and said things that made Ashura not feel so good inside. They said names like ghetto, darky, and ugly to him. Real friends don't say such things. Every minute that passed was a minute closer to morning. Ashura hugged his bed sheets tight. In the deep violet sky outside, the stars shone brightly. He whispered a little prayer to them, wishing he could make the night last forever. Please, please, I don't want to go to the park tomorrow. I don't want to hear those names anymore, and I don't want to cry. I can't do anything about the way I look, and I can't look any other way than this. If you hear me, stars, please help me. Suddenly, a creature appeared at Ashura's window. It was not human or any animal he had ever seen before. It was purple, cute-looking, and covered head to toe in bluish spots. The creature had big blue eyes and two funny-looking teeth. It tumbled through his window and landed on its feet. Ashura could not believe his eyes. Hello, Ashura. I'm Cleo, said the creature. The stars tell me that you've got a lot of worries in your head. Tell me, what's the trouble? Let me help you. Ashura sighed. I'm scared of the other kids in the park. They call me names and leave me out of their games. They'll stare, they'll point. I can't face them alone. The creature scratched his chin. Then smiled a big toothy grin. We'll do it together, Cleo said. You can always count on me. Tomorrow we'll go to the park and it'll be wonderful. You'll see. I like Cleo. Sounds like a nice guy, this Cleo. Or a nice whatever he is. The next morning, the sun spilled through Ashura's curtains. He rose out of bed, threw on his clothes, socks, and shoes. Mama had breakfast laid on the table, and Ashura wolfed it down before Mama and Baba kissed him goodbye. Have fun, they said, and don't be home late. Oh, Famous last words when you're walking out the door, eh? Don't be home late. Whew! Ashura raced down the street, feet bouncing off the ground. Already he could hear laughter and cheerful shrieks coming from the park. He was nervous, scared, but Cleo promised he'd be there, and there the creature was, already waiting by the gates. Parents and children strolled past the lilac lump. They never looked, not once. Cleo is invisible, Ashura thought, to everyone but him. Maybe. See what I mean? This is a long story. It's a good one. Are you guys enjoying this? I'm enjoying it. Okay. The park was full. Children spun in circles on merry-go-rounds and soared into the sky on swings. They bounced upwards on the seesaw. Ashura was sure they might take off like spaceships. He wanted to join in, but he couldn't. Ashura did not know where he belonged. Come with me, Cleo said, holding out his hand. I want to show you something that will help you understand. How? Ashura asked. If you don't know what it's like being hated because I'm dark like the night. I love the illustrations in this book too. You don't know what it's like. Sorry, you don't know what it's like being hated because I'm dark like the night. You're right, but I want to show you that being who you are, the way you are, is what makes you perfect. Was Ashura truly as wonderful and as ordinary as the others? How could this be? He took the deepest breath and walked across the grass, hand in hand with Cleo at his side. The children came closer into sight. Do you see what I see, Ashura? Cleo asked. Do you see how different and unique each one of them are? Ashura shrugged. All he saw were his schoolmates playing games without him. That could be tough. Sometimes you gotta look further, right? Not one of us is the same as the other. The girl flying on the swings, she's easy to see. Her name is Aaliyah. And her hijab is brighter than the sea. Not all children wear coverings, but Aaliyah does every day. She has one in green, pink, gray, and her favorite is sapphire, which is my birthstone. She's following in the footsteps of her mother and her grandmother and her family's beliefs. Some kids whisper behind her back, what's she wearing on her head? Or, I'm going to pull that cloth off of her. But Aaliyah ignores them, and their hurtful words don't bother her at all. She knows who she is and what's important to her. Nothing they can say will make her feel small. Her friends tell her she's beautiful and think that the hijab matches her eyes. Listen to those children bring you up, Ashura, not the voices that bring you down. That's very important. Listen to the friends and the voices that carry you, not the ones that pull you down. Ashura watched Aaliyah swing higher and higher, her smile wider and wider. Her hijab flowed like a magical mist. What her friends said was true. She was beautiful. It's not all about what you see on the outside. What people feel and think on the inside is different too. Our beliefs and faiths changed. Asim says daily prayers at Mecca, while Esther goes to synagogue. The twins who live across the street go to mass every Sunday, and some kids worship no religion at all. Faith is dear to each person's own heart. It's true. Ashura, don't you see? We're all different in more ways than one. Like the way some kids are tall and some are short, like me. The way they come in many colors, too. You and Aliyah are two marvelous shades of brown, but James and Sam on the seesaw are glowing shades of pink. I'm not like any of you at all, with purple fur all over fuzzy and thick. Do you see? There's beauty all around, like the colors in the box of crayons. I agree. We all need to make the picture. We all need to make the picture complete. We all need it to make the picture complete. Never fear the color that you are, because it is wonderful. Your beauty and theirs does not come from the way you look, but from places deep within, from the strength of the mind and the kindness of your heart. That is where self-respect begins. We all have voices, but none of them sound or speak the same. We're taught in different languages from where our families are from. You might say habari, and one might say hola. I don't know if I said the other one right, but I said hola right. But either way, I always know it means hello. The words are different, but the meanings are the same. Speak in your own language. Use words from your heart. This is what makes you a unique work of art. I agree. We're like snowflakes. The good kind, Not ones that how snowflakes and fingerprints are all unique to each person. They strolled further into the park. Ashura felt braver already. He spotted Claire from his English class, her hair straighter than spaghetti. Cleo, look, he said. Our hair is different too. Tina is short and straight, but Bella's is curled and flowing all the way down her back. Mike is spiked and blonde, and while mine is spiraled and black. Yes. And would you mistreat anyone because their hair is not the same? No, never, Ashura answered. Set an example for your friends. Show them how to be kind. Be a leader, Ashura. Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. At the merry-go-round, Ashura saw some boys from his school. One of them, Miguel, has always been nice to him, but the other two were very cruel. Our likes and dislikes make us who we are. We all enjoy different foods and things for lunch. Some kids like spicy foods. Others prefer something plain. Your mama makes jollof rice, but Miguel makes Whew. Try that again. Okay, where was I? Okay. Your mama makes jollof rice, but Miguel's madre makes tortillas. Both are delicious. Neither is better or worse. Some kids are just like me and enjoy towers of cake, but you should not eat too much of that for your heart's sake. We all like playing games and having fun, but we don't always like the same stuff. Some boys and girls play with dolls, others with toy trains and cars. Some kids are happy with imagination and crafts and make thousands of paper stars. Just because these things aren't the same, it doesn't mean others can't join in. Tell others what you like and say it loud. They passed through the Hopscotch. When nobody was looking, Cleo hopped from 1 all the way up to 10. They walked over to the family benches and stopped. You may feel like your family is odd, that they stand out on the street, but ask yourself, what is normal? And why is it so good? All families are special. Just take a look. Susan over here in the sandpit, has 2 daddies. I like that. And her best friend Thomas has only 1 mommy. That's okay. But they are all still best friends just the same. Your family is part of this world. They're kind and good and strong. So, no matter what anyone else thinks, don't ever be ashamed of where you are from. Cleo said his goodbyes and wrapped Ashura. Cleo said his goodbyes and wrapped Ashura is the tightest hug. Never forget the lessons you have learned and be true to yourself always. Be your authentic self. I agree. Woo! Oh yeah, we're getting close. His magical friend disappeared. Poof! He's gone. Into thin air. Ashura was called over to the sandpit by Bella, the girl with the long curly hair. He played all day with her and her friends. They ran around in a game of tag, their feet pounding on the ground. They played until the sun dropped far beyond the clouds. No one of them turned their nose up at the darkness of his skin. It was then that Cleo's message finally sank in. It doesn't matter what color you are, you will always fit in. Ashura returned home out of breath with a smile across his face. He felt wonderful inside and out. He hugged his mama and his baba and told them and his sister about the adventures with his friends. He promised his baby brother that he'd always be strong and teach him how to be proud. Oh. Ashura prayed to the stars that night again, asking for only one thing. Let the morning come quick so I can go back to the park once more. The end. Yes. Such a good book. Oh, just love it. Oh, ow. Oh. Let's see, what do we got here? I love how different we all are. Me too. Could you imagine if we were all the same? What a boring world it would be. Lame. Lame, lame, lame. Not something I would enjoy at all. At all. So I'm glad that you're different. I'm glad that you're you. And I keep saying, this is what I tell everybody I run into. Be as authentic as you want to be. And be you. Unapologetically. Anyways, want to thank you all for tuning in today. Beautiful book. I agree. Just in case you forget. Different is good. This will be up on my Facebooks and YouTube later on with the titles once I get the titles put up. Usually takes about 24 hours to get all that done. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you here next Sunday. And yeah, we'll go from there. Peace out for now. Thank you for tuning in. It's been great. We'll see you next week. Happy St. Patty's Day.